Okay, buddy. We'll talk with you.
All right.
I just got that, too. I got a delayed reaction. Ed Kracz, beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles obviously got to get down to the 53-man roster. Some tough decisions to make. Who do you think's on the bubble? Who makes it? Who doesn't? Who goes home?
Well, I know they're trying to trade. It looks like I think they're only going to keep 4 running backs. Maybe they keep 5, but they've got 3 guys: Josh Adams, Wendell Smallwood, and Boston Scott, who I think can play in this league. I think they're trying to trade Josh Adams, maybe try to get a 7th-round pick back. I don't know if it's going to happen. But I think those 3 guys are gone, and the Eagles will go with 4 running backs. Defensive end's kind of an issue, and then a tight end spot. They've got 2 of the best in the league, and Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert, probably the best 1-2 tight end punch in the NFL. And then are they going to keep 3 or 4? They're using a lot of 12 personnel, the 2 tight end sets. So they might go with 4 tight ends. Joshua Perkins would be one, and maybe Alex Ellis would be a guy to keep. But there's really not anything really too pressing on this team. I think their roster is kind of cast in stone. They have 12 more cuts to make. They'll probably put Jalen Mills, their cornerback, on their Super Bowl team. He's on the PUP list. They'll keep him there, probably bring him back midway through the year. So really they have 11 cuts to make, and I don't think there's anything too pressing. I think, it is one of the better rosters in the league already. So we'll see. Some of the guys that they cut will probably get picked up, and they may add a guy or 2 from another team too. So even though the cuts come down today at 4 o'clock, they have to be at 53. It doesn't mean anybody's safe because teams typically still juggle with the roster into Sunday once players clear waivers and practice squads begin to get built. But some of the Eagles could pick up somebody and cut somebody that they keep on their 53. So even if you make the 53, you're not really safe, and you're really not safe ever. But you still have to kind of hold your breath through the weekend and hope you're still there Monday to get ready for that season opener.
Yeah, and like I said, I would take the practice squad money all day long. Ed Kracz, thank you also for indulging us in the Andrew Luck regurgitation. Big story nationally. And honestly, it's been compared to one of the biggest retirement stories to Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan actually won some championships before he retired. But certainly this has been one of the biggest stories nationally. So I know we didn't have a lot of time to get to everything. And it might be just as simple as he mentioned, there were maybe some issues with his wife. He's newly married. He's expecting a child. It could be his wife said, Andrew, you got $100 million in the bank. You just don't have to do this. And honestly, if you look at it like that, if I had $100 million, if I had a half of that in the bank, I would just go ahead and retire. So it might just be that simple, and he might be back. So we don't know. But Ed, where can people find your work and your masterpieces, sir?
You mentioned my site, footballmaven.io/Eagles, and then my Twitter is @Kratze, Kratze. You can follow me there, and those are the 2 places.
And we're going to be waiting for your announcement coming up in the next week or so.
Sounds good.
Try to get you to crack under pressure, man. I'll tell you what, you're a pro. You're a pro. Have yourself a good, safe holiday weekend, sir. Have yourself a good, safe holiday weekend. All righty.
All right, thanks. See you, Rick. Yep.
See you, buddy.
See you.
Rick Riggin, running co-pilot with us today. I appreciate it. It wasn't trying to exclude you necessarily in the NFL talk, but we just had a lot to get through there. So I appreciate your input with the Lions and helping us understand that a little bit better. It dawned on me, right when he was hanging up, I'm going to go ahead and take my Jim Irsay now. And it's one of those things, it had a delayed reaction in my brain. So, Rick Riggin, we appreciate you jumping on board with us and talking some college football. We look forward to the 2019-2020 season of college football. Any final words of wisdom, sir?
None at all. Just hit me up on Twitter @Riggin_Rick. You can ask me anything college football. I'm pretty good at it. I know things about college football, and this is where I talk about those things. This and Twitter. So we'll also try to throw in some. We'll also try to throw in some binging stuff. Did you get a chance to catch the Mayans yet?
Got to get on it, man.
No, not at all. I'm in football mode now.
Football mode. All right, brother. We'll talk with you soon. Have a good trip to Louisville and a good game against the Louisville Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Yeah. Yes, sir, man. Talk to you later.
All right, buddy. Rick Riggin, our official college football contributor, jumping in the co-pilot seat today with us. Thank you, Matthew Embury, WSBT up in South Bend. Matthew Hicks, Derek Schultz of the Query and Schultz Show, 1260 AM. Ed Kracz, Rick Riggin. Man, I tell you what, we had a full slate today. Remember, don't drink and drive it and cool. We'll be back next Saturday right here on the Balance Radio Network. We're out of here.
Join us next week for The Balance. In the meantime, check us out on Twitter, T-Balance, or Facebook, The Balance, or online at www.thebalanceonline.com.